Two of draining the house down. See, I opened that valve and the tank's draining down. We're gonna need to let air in. I also, before you do this, there's two breaker panels inside the house, and the small breaker panel has the breaker for the pump and hot water heater. You have to turn both off because you don't want the pump trying to refill the tank, number one, and you don't want the hot water heater element on with no water in it. So then you come outside and you open these, and that lets air into the system, and that will drain those down. And then you have to open all the outside spigots, including this hose out front. And it would be best if you do not have a hose on it, because it could trap water in the hose or freeze. Okay, so you see that? So now all the outside spigots are open. I'll make the rest of this as quick as possible. So again, outside spigots have to be open, all three. You have to crawl underneath the house and turn off the valve that's above the PVC pipe for the shower. You have to open it so it drains. You have to drain that tank down there. And you have to open all four valves, those two and those two, so the water comes out there and drains. And then on the inside of the house, what you do, because there needs to be air in the system, so it lets the water out of the pipes. So very simple. You go around and you hear it sucking, because that's letting water in to let the water out. So you do that. I'll do a separate video on winterizing this, but you open that little door down there and there's a little rubber tube, and you take the little rubber tube out right here. See that? It has a little plug in there, and you take the plug out and you drain it into like a plastic cup or something that has a lot of water, so it needs to be like a big square container, small big square container. So you do that. So the other thing is, here's the hot water heater. There's a valve down at the bottom that you got to open. You could barely see it down there, which I'll open in a minute. But see that? There's a gray valve on the front of it. You open it so that the water drains out, so that you see a white pipe going outside the house. And that will, when you open that, don't open it too much, it will come off, but you open it enough, and then the water heater will drain the front yard. So you do that. And then in the bathroom, you open the valve in the shower. You open the valve, you turn it up so it's open, so it's letting air in. All of the drains, including the shower drain, the toilet tank, the sink drain, the drain for the tub. Again, you have to open it. You hear the air going in. You have to open these two. So they're all open, sucking air in. But all these drains and all the toilet bowls and toilet tanks get antifreeze. So we buy antifreeze, you pour antifreeze in the trap. So the trap doesn't freeze, you pour antifreeze in the bowl so it doesn't freeze. You do it in the tank as well. You put some antifreeze in the tank, antifreeze there. So now all the valves are open. I told you about putting the antifreeze in all drains. And you also put antifreeze in this drain here. So it's a U-shaped underneath. If you see that, it will go into there. So that the antifreeze goes in and this trap doesn't freeze. Very, very important. And lastly, what I do is I open that, and then on the air compressor, you'll find, usually in a red bag inside the air compressor, I have this tool with this air gun, has a rubber end on it. And what I do is I pump up the air pressure and I take off this screen because it can't mate with the screen on it. So I take that off, and then I get the air going, and I get a full tank of air pressure, and I blow that out, and that pushes any water out that could be laying in the pipes. And that's how you drain down and the pipes for this cabin.